Day, folks. This is Greg Judy at Green Pastures Farm. Joel and Isaac are getting ready to roll up a wire here, and we were already back here and working on water tanks. It's early, but we thought, well, we can save ourselves a trip. It's a good jag back in here, about 1.5 miles from the road. So I thought, let's just go ahead and move them early. And you can see they're doing the job. They're moving. This is on Dave and Sue's farm, which is on the very back of what we call Doc's farm. So we've actually got 6. We got 6 landowners that all fasten together in here. And we lease these farms, and it works good when you can fasten a lease farm to another lease farm and not have to go out and buy another charger. When I leased this from Dave and Sue, that tree right there was probably about as big as my little pinky, a little bitty thing. And I told Dave and Sue that I was gonna leave some of these, and Dave was concerned about the thorns, and I'm like, we'll control the trees, make sure they don't, put out any more than what we've got. So we've got, let's see, I can count them from here. I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. There's about 9 in this peninsula here, and they make excellent shade trees. And the cows certainly enjoy them on a hot summer day. They really do. So we gave them this strip this morning, all the way back to the hayfield we were grazing. There's the water tank, the blue one that we're getting ready to replace with this big silver one. It's used up its useful life, and we're just gonna put a bigger tank in there. And that blue one's got a split. And anytime you got a split in a plastic tank, you're kind of playing Russian roulette. Is it gonna split or is it not? And with that much water and then cows pushing on it, you don't want it to split because you're gonna lose a ton of water out of your pond. That was fed by a pond as well. So we're gonna safeguard that. We're gonna put in a new tank. It's gonna be a little bit more work, but it'll be worth it. These cows are so happy. I can remember when Jan and I leased this from Dave and Sue, and it was just a brown thatch down here. There wasn't any green grass in here. And today there's bluegrass, fescue, orchard grass, there's some clover. There's not as much big, what we call the warm season grasses in here, big blue and Indian grass, but up on that hill there, above those trees, it's coming. It's coming pretty nice. So, yeah. Yeah, for not having any rain this fall, they're not doing too bad. The baby calves, they're kind of fun to watch. They learn to eat by watching their mom. That's what they do. So not only are they getting some good milk, they're also getting some good forage. Boy, this little black cow, she's a half South Pole. Now, that's the 3/4 cross. Yeah. That's Isaac's. Yeah, Isaac picked that one out. You think she reproduced herself? That's a spring calf. And I bet you that calf weighs 400 pounds. beautiful heifer calf. Whew. First calf heifer. I mean, she unbelievable. Look at that. Wow. That's incredible when you think about it. And that cow hasn't lost any condition. She's in good shape. She's got fat up there on her tail head. All of her bones are covered. Hey, little guy. Let's come over and check me out. This would be one of the fall calves that we just got through. I think we had 28 of them. So the question, I'm busy and I don't have time to answer everybody's questions, so I'll just answer it in this video. Some people say, well, where did those fall calves come from? And they missed calving this and they missed calving that, and that's why you pushed them back. You should have got rid of them. Oh, you're a terrible breeder, da 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 da. I'm like, I don't have time, but here I can tell you what happened. So I read an article, it was in 2018, and it said, why are we taking the bull away from the cows? He's the protector of the herd, he's the guardian. When you take the bull out, it upsets the natural balance of your herd. And at the end of the article, it was written by Alan Savory in Africa. Well, he lives in Zimbabwe, so he's writing it for his context in his area. I'm here in Missouri. I'm like, you know what? That sounds pretty darn good. Just leave the bulls in. Just leave them in. You got one herd, 365 days of the year. And if I stay with it long enough, I'll get everything to move back to spring calving. Everything will be, if it doesn't, we just sell it, you know? And so we left them in. We left the bulls in. We never took the bulls out. The first year, the cows did fairly good, but we had some calving winter, but we didn't have a winter. We didn't have hardly any snow. It got down in maybe the low 20s a couple times. No snow. The next year, almost carbon copy. Had a little bit more snow, but we didn't lose any calves. Then 2018 hit. And we got a blizzard. 24 to 26 inches, shut down the whole state of Missouri, and negative temperatures for a month, a solid month. And there the bulls were. They'd been in them cows. And those darn cows were calving. And this hit us in February. And there they were, dropping new calves in February. And after that, we lost enough calves that I looked at Jan. I'm like, Jan told me not to do it. Guys, listen to your wives. She said, Greg, don't do it. I said, no. At the end of the article, Alan, the Savory, got me. He goes, you show me anywhere in nature where somebody's taking the white-tailed bucks away from the does, and yet they still fawn perfectly every spring right when they need to fawn. I'm like, by golly, he's got it. He's right. Well, I'm just telling you, that's what happened. And so all those cows, we finally got them back, most of them in spring. Some of them were in fall, and I wasn't going to keep them open for a full year. That's why they're in the fall. It's nothing to do with the breeding. It's just that's when they were calving. When we left the bulls in all year round, they settled in fall, and that's when they calved. And they did it the same 3 years in a row. That portion of our herd calved in the fall. But the rest of those cows were calving in the wintertime. Bulls came out. We did not let that happen again. Folks, don't leave your bulls in if you live in cold weather. If you live in cold weather, those bulls need to be out of there. You don't want the bulls in March, April, May, and June. Definitely not those 4 months. Because if you count back 4 months from March, you're looking at December, January, February, March, those 4 months. And you don't want to be calving during that time. So this year we went to a 50-day calving window. 50 days access with the bulls in the spring herd in July. Isaac took him out August 20th. So they were in with the cows for 50 days. Maybe next year we'll go down to 40 days, and the next year maybe 30 days. But that's what it was. I didn't have time to write, and now you understand why I wasn't going to write I'm not gonna sit there and type a letter or a book answering somebody that's, and some people are pretty cross with me. Why don't you answer that? Why won't you explain? You got crappy cattle, you got crappy genetics, and blah, 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 blah. I'm like, wait a minute. Wait a minute. We've got 400 head out here. We got 23 farms. We're cranking. Cattles are fat. There's nothing wrong with our genetics. There's nothing wrong with our management. That's what happened. So I get tickled though when people, they just start throwing rocks. They don't even know the story, but they're throwing rocks right at the very start. And I'm gonna show y'all. Look at some of these heifers. They're just beautiful. Isaac thinks we have, there's one behind us. Isaac thinks we got the best heifer crop we've ever had. The 2023s. I mean, look at that. Yeah, our genetics really suck. Oh, people. I guess they got to have something to complain about. That's the only thing I can figure. Anyway, I'm going to get out of here. We're going to go put in that other tank. You all have a good one, and we'll see you down the road. Hit that subscribe button. Wow. Thank you.